Let's
Alrighty,
go.
everybody. I would say what's popping, but I was vibing so hard with our new jingle. So thank you, Yanko, for that new intro song. Loving it. Anyway, here for episode 81. Say what of for no particular reason, where we literally have conversations about anything and everything and nothing at all. And I am so excited to be here today. What is poppin', Yanko?
I'm kind of the same. This song, it's like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, I am feeling awesome today, having a cup of coffee like yourself. And people don't know, we had a little pre talk before we started as usual, but let's see where this goes. We don't
Well,
want you to
listen, you
hold
know
your
me. I
thoughts for
put
a lot
everything
much
else. So
longer.
we can talk about our pre-talk, but I did want to talk first about this beautiful gem that I got. Isn't she just so pretty, and she's a heart and I love her. But anyway, so I was at the store yesterday with an individual, and I am drawn to crystals just because of the feeling. Just because it just made, like, literally, I'm like, I get excited. I'm like, oh, yes, you got to come home with me. And so, quite often, I have no idea what I have. And then, once in a while, like yesterday, I was called to look this up, what it was. But most of the time, I don't need to know. And I'm curious to get your take on this, Yanko, because so often people are like, oh, what does this crystal do for you? What does this crystal do for you? And I'm like, well, does it really matter? And this is just my personal view, right? It's not that I'm not interested sometimes, because I'm a logically driven person and I get curious. But most of the time, I'm like, it made me happy. It makes me, like, I am drawn to it, so I'm just gonna get it, and I don't need to know what it does for me other than I'm called to it.
I mean, like anything else, different things can make you excited and happy. And a lot of the times when we do
Like hoop
choices,
earring.
yeah, that's right. A lot of the times when we do choices of different things, a lot of the times they come subconsciously. We don't even know.
Mhm.
But um, the critical factor, the thinking brain has to find a reason for it to justify it. So if something catches your eye and you're like, I don't know, your eyes send that signal to your brain subconsciously jumped in and needed that you need it for some reason, you know, and you went in and you had to justify. It's like, do I have to do it? Do I have to buy it? At least that's how it works with me. Like a lot of times I go like, is this like, yeah, do I spend the money on this? Like, is there justification? You go through this whole, process of like, making the decision. But you're right. Different things you don't have to know what they do. I mean, there is a reason behind everything. But the more you are in the moment and the more conscious you are of your choices and everything else, that brings you more clarity, and you're starting to find deeper meaning that are in the subconscious that come out, and now you know why you do something instead of just like, oh, I get it, you know. And
Like, for example, people, this cup of coffee is a total comfort cup of coffee. I don't need it. But Yanko and I had a very charged, for me, I can't speak for him because me and him ain't the same, but charged interaction. And so I knew I needed to ground, and then I had a choice. I'm like, well, what's my comforts? Coffee is one of them. And even though I don't need this cup because I'm flying high, because I've incorporated creatine into my life and I've already had coffee, I'm like, you know what, it's going to bring me joy to sharing a cup of coffee with my dear friend who that I can engage in real conversations with, and I'm going to freaking do it, and it makes me happy.
I feel exactly the same way.
Yep.
Not that this is my cup, but when I had my cup, it broke. So I was like, this is the next in line.
No, no, this
No,
this actual cup is not the comfort cup. It's the cup of coffee because I don't need it. It's more that it's warm. It keeps my fingers warm and they get cold easily. The flavor, we share in that ritual together, the like idea of conversation and coffee. And so, I drink the cup of coffee, even though, you know, sometimes I'm like, do I really want coffee? Because if I have too much, it makes me jittery. But you know what? I'm having the damn cup of coffee and I'm happy. And I have this crystal and it makes me super duper happy. And then of course, I have to have my skull because that's just that's my thing.
Oh, I love it.
You
They're
know what's
both.
funny is I was at Walmart getting candy for the girls because they did homeless awareness. So they slept overnight in cardboard boxes. And then the task was to get family members of people who love you to bring you food and stuff, which I mean, I'm the mom, so I brought them candy because if you're sleeping overnight and it's cold, I want something that makes me smile. Anywho, so I was behind one of my children's friends' parents. And so I walked up to him and I'm like, hey, you're Matt's mom, dad. How are you? And they're like, we didn't recognize you. You don't have your hoop earrings on. And I'm like, you see? Like, you're right about that. You're right about
Uh,
that. But it makes me
wow.
happy. And interestingly enough, jumping outside of my comfort zone, I had the woman at the crystal shop pick the color of the rope that I'm wearing because traditionally I would pick black. And so I said, and she went with gold. And I'm like, you know what's so funny? This is first off Nana's favorite color. And second of all, it's such a happy, vibrant color. So, I'm happy with the choices. MD Shaman, thank you for joining for no particular reason with Yanko and myself. I am beautifully blessed and so much love today. And how are you?
We're both blessed to have you join our conversation.
I know.
And if you perhaps maybe already holding a cup of coffee, but we're sharing coffee, so yeah, share
Well,
coffee with
if
us.
I'm not mistaken, you're in Bangladesh. So maybe tea. I don't know. I don't know what the drink of choice is. I know that a lot of my friends are like, Kerri, go for a cup of tea. And I'm like, no, I don't want tea. I want coffee.
I was just gonna go there because I have the same experience with the tea, similar to what you have is with the coffee.
Mhm.
Sometimes I do that with coffee, but um, teas kind of ground me more. The aroma of the earthing, like the smells, like depends on the tea, what kind it is, and everything. Yeah, in the aroma, and I can hold the cup in the same thing. Um, and it's wonderful. I mean, anything can do it if you're present. If you're not just
Oh,
like
you're so
rushing
right.
through to like get it done, anything. Because the next thing I'm thinking, it's like, I had a really good experience with the cacao and a cacao ceremony, because they had the cacao source properly brewed and everything, and they cleared the space, and the intention was there, and we're a group of people having the cacao with the drumming and everything, and it was a wonderful experience. You can smell the smell of the cacao, and
Woo!
hold the cup, and that warms your hands, and it's just wonderful.
I was part of a cacao ceremony that was hosted by Gail Kraft and Lindsay Height, and yes, it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience that I hadn't thought about until you just said that. So thank you. And listen, for anybody who knows me and chocolate, say less. In fact, this amazing guy, Scott, just came back from Greece and he brought me chocolate, which, by the way, it reminded me of Hershey's. So I'm like, I don't get the hype and it's not dark chocolate. But the fact that this kind gentleman thought about me while he's away for like 6 weeks and brought me chocolate. And I know him from my workout class. Like, we just jokester at the workout class. I was like, it's amazing what those present moments can do for the spirit. You know, it's just, it's lovely. Want to spice
And
this up?
no, I'm looking at the comments that are coming through my feed, and I wanted to share some comments so that we're interacting with people. Here is, let's see if this will come up. Maybe, no.
If you
Um,
copy and paste it, it will, or you can
um,
just read them.
I don't know why it's not coming up. Yeah.
Hence why Kerri does not play with the tech world, because Kerri would get very frustrated
Well,
with it.
I'm just gonna read it. I'm in the same way, but with the Pink Monster energy drink. You know, when we're talking about the brew
Yeah, yeah,
and
coffee.
the
Yep.
coffee and yeah. So there you go.
I've
Let
never
me bring you
actually
back
had
up.
a big Monster energy drink. So my daughter likes Red Bull, and I suspend, but I think I know because I don't know anything. But we'll see. But no, let's switch things up. Let's get a little spicy. Since you alluded to the fact that we had a conversation offline, would you like to share in that experience, or are you just moved on in a totally different vibe?
Now I'm on totally different vibe. Because you had your thought, and you're like, "Ooh, I had a thought." I'm like, "Whoa, let's not have you hold your thought for long, so we can go right into it." That's what I
So,
meant.
okay. Well, so what I don't know what my thought is now.
It doesn't matter then. If it's gone, it's gone. I think you were gonna talk about the new necklace that you get,
Oh,
because
I
that's
already
what we
did
kind
that.
of like.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
and I love it.
So
But I will
yeah.
say, so interestingly enough, when I was there, I ended up meeting with this woman, Elaine, who I am working to get on our show because I've already mentioned it to her. And she reached out to me last night, and she does drumming circles. And her teacher is an individual from DC, originally from Ghana, and she teaches different techniques to do drumming to hit different vibrations. And so, kind of like the gem, you know, theory for me, I'm called to do what feels right for me, much like drumming. Like, I will just drum or like make a vibration with my throat when I'm singing, or play with a rain stick based on feeling more than actually having an understanding, right? A logical, but I still think it's very cool that this individual teaches these drum healing sessions, and I'm thinking I might do a drumming, like drum. We'll see.
Yeah, whatever draws you in. Ilana has a crystal shop. She's really good in like crystals and stuff, and she also does drum circles. And she actually has a once a month class where they do make your own, where they bring out the high and everything else. And yeah, it's it's
Oh,
wild.
I'm totally dying to go see it. I'm gonna reach out to her and be like, "When's your next drum circle class?" Because I would love to. I'm. It's so interesting. I am so called to be creative and use things that I create myself. It's not that I don't value the creative endeavors of others, but there's just something so visceral and yummy about creating things myself, And speaking of this beautiful Bonnie, who is joining us both. Hey, beautiful soul. She is an artist, and she has sent me some of her art that she's created. And it's, again, when it comes from love, there's just this profound gift that you extend to the world in sharing your art. But for me, I like to use my own art. I like to do it myself.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just replying to chat there for a second because I don't know, the grabbing thing, it's not functioning, but it's okay. One of those days we'll get it fixed.
It's one of those days where the messaging ain't working, but we're gonna go. Listen, all right, guys, no joke. Welcome to Kerri's World on the regular. So if I have a thought that doesn't serve me, right, I'll literally be like, that's a thought That's a total lie. It doesn't mean anything unless I give it power inside. So I'm just, and like totally like, I will just ad lib everything to realign my energy to joy, because when I sing, I'm in joy. So even if I'm talking about the limiting belief or thought I had, I'm ad libbing music and shifting my vibration real time. I'm like, "Doo-doo-doo," and now I'm good.
Yeah. It's everyone does it differently. Some people use music, other tones, crystals,
Dan,
anything that shifts your vibe, your feeling. Anything that changes your feeling, it'll do the work for you.
uh,
Massage, I don't know,
woo!
like different things.
So, it's
Hot
interesting because
tubs, salt baths, I don't know, cold baths,
sauna. I was just in
different
the sauna
things. Yeah,
melting my face off earlier
yeah,
today,
yeah.
which I love. And the greater gift to that for me was I was sharing in that experience with my twin sister. And I truly relish the moments that we get to spend with each other, because it's a gift to my spirit. It makes me incredibly happy. So, unknown caller, spam likely. So anyway, for the listening audience, I'm jumping early, probably like 10:30, 10:40, because I have an appointment in Worcester and I get to go drive, but it's going to be a joyful experience. But yeah, going back to your point, Yanko, this is why Nana and I have the show The Bright Side Chronicles, is what brings you joy and how do you give yourself permission to tap into it at all times? Because when you're in joy, you're powerful. And there's a really profound gift you give to the world when you're powerful. So I truly, really believe that we have a responsibility to tap into whatever brings us joy, because it shifts our energetic state to one that is, in my opinion, a greater gift to humanity. When I'm joyful, I hopefully give other people permission to find joy. To Rusty Trombone, Long Island. I've never been to Long Island a day in my life. Now, I do go to New York City, and in fact, Nana right now is at Comic-Con there. Um, what kind of car do I drive? So I have right now, this is so funny, a 2016 Ford Exploder with a transmission that doesn't work. So quite often I find myself driving Nana's Toyota, or a Tundra, which, I mean, I'm a girl who likes big things, so driving a big truck is my jam. However, my next car is a Mercedes Benz, because that's what I want. Black on black with black rims, because I am the queen of black and I love it. And I'll have some skull decal painted on the side, because that's just how I roll. But
Do
thanks
you
for
know?
asking.
Do you know what model are you thinking, or it doesn't
Well, I
matter
want
as
an
long as it's
SUV
Mercedes?
because I have my kiddos, so it
Oh,
has to
okay.
be a SUV.
Okay.
And I love road trips. Like, you tell me, even, I drove my daughter and her best friend. I consider her best friend my girl too. So my girls up to Bangor, Maine last week. It was 8 hours of driving, but I'm just like, road tripping. Let's go. You put on some banger music, you have good conversation, you have the foliage, and it's a delight. Yeah, you're right. So Pete, what's up with the kitty cat as your logo? I'm just curious, because I do like me a good kitty cat, although I have skulls right now, and it's on my middle finger because it's just fun. It's like, oh, look at my skull, and people like, you're telling me to fuck off. I'm like, no, I love everybody, but it's still fun.
Of course. Yeah. Let's see.
I love it.
It says it says I love kitties, but let me bring it out. Let's see. This is There you go. I
Oh,
love
me too.
kitties.
You know why I love cats, Yanko?
I
Because they
don't.
are unpredictable. They do not give a crap. Like, whereas you can condition a dog more, Cats, man, my cat, she was the feistiest feisty. Like you could be petting her, and all of a sudden she's over it, and she, and I'm like, oh, I see you. You coming at my neck now? Okay, and I feel like she was such a powerful reminder of nothing is constant. Like we're always in flow. Like you can be in a joyful mood and then a pissy mood and then a joyful mood and then a sad mood, and this can run the range for me in an hour. I can go through all of it and just bearing witness to it without judgment. Man, do I give myself a gift of authenticity in that experience.
I don't know. I like both cats and dogs.
I love
But
dogs.
for the late part of or most part of my life, I had dogs or mini dogs, two, three at the most. The last dog I had was a German Shepherd, and he was a really nice dog. I have scars from cats, Siamese. Kind of cut my head trying to catch it. Anyway, and just crazy.
We are Siamese, if you please. Do. We are Siamese, if you don't please. Do you know where that's from?
Mm-mm.
Lady and the Tramp, baby, Disney movie. Oh, I
Oh,
remember that because them cats were shady, and I'm like, oh, I see you. But no, I like dogs. Nana and I intend to get a Great Dane because the bigger the better in Kerri's world. I want a big
those,
old,
those are big.
yeah, and they're so sweet. And you know what? This is the funny thing. Almost, and I love that you didn't see this, but almost everybody's like, "Oh my god, you're gonna get a Great Dane, they die young." Uh, why wouldn't I get the dog that I love and experience the moments that I have with the dog? And as opposed to not getting one because it's gonna die young. Like that's doesn't make sense to me. Of course I'm going to get the dog I want because I get to choose my experience. And if the dog dies at 10 instead of 15, well, I will have had 10 amazing years.
Well, first of all, you don't know
I
everything. It's
know.
in
I
like
know. You're right.
you can, yeah, you can have the dog in 2 years and a 1 year it could get hit by a car and die, and like off the window your plans go for like having a dog for 15 years or so.
Right?
Or it could have like I don't know, we lost a dog for a heart failure. It's not something you can predict or know, and even the vets didn't know, which was a surprise to me. But sure.
Um,
So yeah, um, let's see what we have from chat. Someone says cats. Yeah. All right. There you go. I know you share your pictures for your cats. I know that. But yes, cats are fun. Kitty will be right back. She had to step out for a sec, and we'll get to wait until she comes back. In that thought, let's see. You can't be thinking of like having a dog or anything in life and make plans because you don't know. Like nobody knows. To me, everything that you can think of ahead of time, it's mental gymnastics because you can't predict the future. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't even know. And sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I'm just glad that I'm still here.
well, we don't even know that
Yeah,
because who knows if we aren't here and we're gladder that we're not here. We have no idea. But I will say, y'all, I just had to pee and I didn't know I was going to have to pee, but I should have known I had to pee because I drank all of this twice. I've had 2 cups of coffee and yeah, but I'm back now in the saddle again, literally, because I'm sitting in a chair. So I'm telling you, Yango man, me and creatine, woo! It's a new experience and
I
one.
was gonna, yeah, I was gonna ask because you're like, oh, creatine is doing this for me. Like, you mind,
It's just
elaborating? Like, I've
well, so I
taken
started
creatine
for
before.
for context for the listening audience. I am perimenopausal, and I found that I'm tired. I have these crazy hot flashes, and I also work out at least 5 to 6 times a week regularly.
No,
On top of the fact that I'm doing a yoga, well, I'm not doing. I'm called to do yoga poses and stuff that really tax me. So I was encouraged by several people in the nutrition and fitness world to incorporate creatine and magnesium into my diet. So I'm starting one at a time, and I started with creatine. And so typically I'm supposed to take it a half hour before I work out. I've yet to remember to do that. So I take it after I train, and the like it gives me energy that just, I mean, honestly, I'm a very bubbly person, so I just feel like it heightens the fact that I'm already really bubbly. And yeah, I have not noticed any physical side effects from creatine yet, but I will say, and I'm a shout out, I am not a paid sponsor. However, I am truly obsessed with Cacao because it is a full meal with minerals, vitamins, protein that I think comes from peas. But since I've incorporated it, I just feel better. Like I really do. I was just encouraging my twin sister to consider using some of mine to see how she feels. I just love it. It makes me just feel like I'm getting the nutrients I don't always consume because we live in a overprocessed society where a lot of the foods I take in probably don't have as many nutritional values as they could if they were, you know, locally sourced or organically grown, which I don't always do. So,
well, the reason I was asking is because at the times when I was working out back in the day, I was taking creatine and I didn't notice anything. It didn't boost my energy or do anything really. And most of the guys that were doing free weights, they were like, "Yeah, you gotta take the creatine because it helps you muscle recover." And I know, and your side of viewers know that you work out a lot because you're posting in the social media gym photos and videos. And I was just wondering if it boosts your energy because it didn't do anything
yes.
for me. Yeah.
Well, I will say, now that I consider it, I took creatine one time before I worked out, and I actually hit a new personal best with cable chest flies. So
Okay.
it it definitely gives you the ability to like push through. But also, and it's so interesting, I go into a meditative state when I work out, which is really funny when you're working out in classes. Because if I'm working out, I shut down my eyes and I drop into like just really being present with the weight and myself. And so I'll be doing a set and then I'll open my eyes and like the trainer will be looking at me and she's like, "You were locked in." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I was with the weight. I'm not interested in what's going around. I'm there to do what I'm called to do in that moment." And so and I'm able to, do a lot of cool things with my body because of that. I think because I'm present.
That's right. Did you get any benefit of the one I sent you, or you weren't liking it because it wasn't dissolving in
Electrolyte?
the water? Yeah,
Oh, I use it every day now. Organica, I love it. Your suggestion to wait 5 minutes was spot on because then it's not bad. It tastes like lemonade. But if you drink it right after you put that stuff in,
right.
it's It's vile. But I have my sister uses it now too. So I have it on subscribe and save. It comes every 3 weeks because I sit in the sauna like 4 times a week and I'm pouring buckets of sweat. Plus, creatine makes you sweat. Plus, I'm having hot flashes. So I always want to incorporate electrolytes into my daily habit because even though I drink a lot of water, I don't know that I was always absorbing it.
Yeah. No, that's kind of the same with me. I don't take anything else, just that. And I don't work out as much as I used to, but the the yoga stretches and everything else that I do are really taxing the body, or
Can you
not the
bend
body,
your
but the nervous system more. I would say nervous system, not
can
a
you
muscle
bend
as
your
much.
leg behind your head?
Oh yeah,
Really? Not your
yeah.
arm, your
See,
leg.
oh my leg? No, 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 not yet. But I'm doing the headstands with the legs bending backwards to stretch out the spine,
Mm.
not only forward but like also backwards to do. They call it a scorpion pose.
It's so interesting you say that because I saw this gentleman on a YouTube. It came up as a clip and it said the evolution of human. Anyway, he did a pistol squat, which for anybody who doesn't know that, it's one leg straight out and you're on one leg and you squat all the way down. Then he stayed in the pistol squat, wrapped his leg around the other leg. Then he came out of it without ever touching this to the ground. And then he stuck it all the way up here and then he dropped it. And I'm like, I want to do that. So these are like the things that I work on in my world is right now healing my body because I have limited range of motion in certain areas of my body because of all the trauma that's been stored, like the energy that I didn't release when I was younger. But as I am releasing, I'm also building strength so that I can do some of the stuff that I see and I'm like, oh, I'm totally going to do that. And for the listening audience, anybody who is curious, when I'm pushing heavy weight, I always say to myself, I close down my eyes. I was created by creation. I co create with creation. I'm limitless, formless, boundless, expansive, and free. And I say that because it's a truth. So my muscles are automatically stronger because I'm speaking truth. And it gives me the ability to stay in this present moment to do the hard thing that I'm working to achieve, just in case anybody's called to try it out.
Here is interesting comment I'm gonna bring out. One sec.
I
Don't know
heard
if
that
that's true
too.
or not.
No, it's interesting. I heard that too, but I actually heard it was to suck his own dick. So who knows? I mean, I'm just saying, if you want to do what brings you joy, I mean, hey, kitty cats can make themselves happy. Why can't people if they so choose? I personally prefer to engage with another individual, but to each their own. I'm a big fan of doing what brings you joy. Yo, I really, really shouldn't be allowed to be unfiltered because there is just no filter in this world. See? Ah, yeah, I really do.
Well, you're just being yourself,
I
so I mean,
know. Well, which is the gift I give to the world. I was talking to an individual yesterday and I was sharing with this person about our show and Nana's show. But I really believe, Yanko, talk is so cheap. It just is like, bleh, bleh, bleh. It's just the embodiment. So I'm actually called to. So right before me and Yanko went live, I was in this like space, and then Yanko gave me feedback, which is beautiful because what he shared with me was a reminder that words have power. But how he delivered it, I got defensive, right? But what the reason that it's beautiful is we in that moment of time were authentic with each other. We could share each other's truth, like our own truth. witness each other experience that truth, make a choice to come from love rather than fear or reaction. And all of that is authenticity. That's authenticity. That is showing up organically. Right. And now, as a result, because we just in flow, we were able to hold space. We had a beautiful show with all of you awesome people
That's
engaging
right.
with us. Right. And that is the work that I know you do and I do all the time is how do I embody everything you and I, Nana and I, Gail Craft, that what we talk about. And it's showing up. And if I'm called to say, well, I heard it's about sucking his own dick, that is embodying just being present in the moment. And that I hope is the gift that I impress upon this world in this human experience is just living fully expressed for each moment. And however it shows up, that's the gift we give to the world, whether we're talking about quantum physics or a cat or Marilyn Manson or my hoop earrings. It doesn't matter. It's just being present to what's unfolding. That's the gift.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of the same thing, didn't put much thought about it at that moment. And it did, it, but unfold really beautiful. And I'm glad. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
likewise. Well, that's the other thing for the listening audience. We are all connected, right? And I truly believe like true intimacy is the ability to just bear witness to and express to that bearing witness without filter. And sometimes it can come out messy. Like I literally was like, yo, I need a minute because like I need to breathe in ground because I don't want to come from ego. I don't want to come from fear. But also being able to come back and all of that is life unfolding. That is creation creating real time and us being present to it without judgment or condemnation or fear, right? Because
Yeah.
I could have
Allowing the other to be himself,
yes,
and still allow him to be and not judge or do anything they because that's them.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, and that is truly unequivocally without a doubt why I 100% am so head over heels in love with Nana Ajman because he just bears witness and never ever once tries to change me, not once. And I don't try to change him. And as a result, he's doing what brings him joy right now, and I'm doing what brings me joy right now. And we just love to watch each other in our joy.
And this is a wonderful thing. I'm sure other people are also experience that kind of connection with people around them. And if you don't, maybe look around and see what's going on. Go within.
Well, it also takes to me, it takes self love. Like, not for nothing, but I love myself more than anybody in the whole world. I mean, I freaking love myself. I love the spicy Kerri. I love the messy Kerri. I like the crying Kerri. I like the skull Kerri. I just, and there are moments when I have to remind myself to give myself grace, guys. I'm not above being an ego and can get hard on myself, but I just laugh. I'm like, this is what the whole human experience was meant for in the first place. So I either take it seriously or I just laugh through it. And I choose to laugh through it because I took it seriously for entirely too long. And I spent a lot of my life in misery. And I don't want that for myself, nor do I want that for anybody else if they so choose to have a different experience. But on that note, I am peacing out. I got to go. Any parting words or are you staying on?
No, I'm gonna go as well. I have things going on. I want to thank everybody to vibing with us, maybe drinking coffee with us, or
See?
having this morning and the beautiful Friday. And we're
Or
looking forward to
monster. I'm gonna sing you a song, 'cause I like to play along with the rolling witch. I'm a singer today. So choose your joy and go chase that heart, and don't let anybody dim your light today. I'll check y'all's on the flip side. Mwah.
Bye, guys.